look wonderful like always. Okay, got a question for you. Obviously, Caesar the lion has been on the news a lot, and you know, he's been saying some pretty harsh stuff about this guy. Now, what is your feelings on this dentist? You know, I know the story's kind of a week old now, but what's your feelings on this dentist and the lying? And is it really as big of a deal as they say it is, or what?
It is definitely a big deal. I think that people in the country where he hunted had to help him to like get the lion out of the national park territory because they're obviously starving.
Right.
And they definitely impoverished, so they're trying to get, you know, resources for food and for living to support their families any way they can.
Sure.
And I think that's what we need to focus on. You know, the root of the problem. I think if we help people be sufficient, not just like throw them stuff so it will last them for a month or for two, but really help them to, you know, build their infrastructure and build the jobs and do all that, then they will care about their own national parks, and they might not accept the tourists coming from, you know, another country which is way more powerful and wealthy and
they
do
need
whatever
the money,
they want.
basically. They're like, that money is so much money over
Yeah, you know, I feel like it's just a really bad thing that happened, but it's a great way to like really look at the bigger problems that the people there are facing. I am sad for the lion, obviously, you know, but I think there are bigger issues that need to be addressed.
But now, speaking of bigger issues, and this is something that I was wondering about, you know, it was a huge, you know, rightly so, a huge outbreak and an outpour for, you know, the lion being killed and what this dentist did. But I feel like in general, as humans and Americans, if we cared about like our hungry here and stuff like that as much as we cared about this lion, we could get a lot more stuff done. Now, sometimes I wonder about the PETA organization, me personally. I see you guys kind of pass celebrities, sometimes you throw the fake, not you personally, but the organization, throw the fake blood or maybe real blood on people's clothing and stuff. And I feel, to me, I'm just kind of curious what your opinion is. To me, that's just as violent of an act. What do you think about that when the organization, not saying you personally, does things like that? I've seen the organization do that.
You know, I'm outraged about a lot of things. I'm outraged about, you know, seeing a lot of poverty on the streets of LA. And if I would know who is responsible for that, I would throw whatever I could at them. Just, you know, to bring the awareness, maybe not to change that person's opinion.
Right.
That would be a hard thing to accomplish, but to really bring the awareness so other people would pay attention. I think it's hard to bring awareness to something if you're just peacefully standing and, you know, holding a poster. I think people these days are so ADD that they really need like a huge shake. Like, listen, this is really important. Like, pay attention to what's going on. Pay attention to people living on the streets and like other people buying, I don't know, like, you know, $15,000 bags or you know, multi-million-dollar boats. Like, we really need to focus.
Come back and help other people out. So basically, you're
that's what they're doing.
Right. So it's more you're bringing attention to what the bigger issues are.
Yeah, you can't really bring attention by talking to people who wear, like, for example, fur on the street, and they're like, oh, like, please don't wear fur.
But yeah, I see PETA girls do magazine covers completely naked.
Yeah.
And then people are gonna look.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna mention their cause, so therefore it's okay. You know what? I think you're opening my eyes to it now. I always wanted to ask somebody that because I was like, well, that seems kind of mean to ruin someone's clothes because you don't like it. Everybody's different, you know. So, but now as a PETA person, does that mean you can't eat meat? You have to be a vegetarian or a vegan? I'm not trying to be. I'm just curious.
Well, I mean, we were talking about the fur issue, or the lion issue first, and I think that the reason they throw the like paint over someone else's fur coat is because the way the furs are these days, you know, manufactured, it's a really terrorized process. It's you know, the animals are skinned alive, and they're they actually still feel and breathe and are alive after all the skin has been taken off of them.
Oh wow!
And
That's
the
terrible.
workers basically have to kill 20 to 30 little animals just for one coat, and they just throw this little, body on the pile with other bodies, and they're just there, just dying. Isn't it crazy?
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why the paint and and being naked on the streets and all that.
Well, listen, you know what? I mean, I hope a lot more Americans, people all over the world, open their eyes to what's going on, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. And so you think this dentist should be extradited and get some jail time? The dentist that shot the lion?
I think he should be fined. I think he should be fined for a really large amount of money, so we can maybe help to bring awareness to national parks.
Okay.
And I think that would be a good lesson and it should be a really efficient, like a good amount.
Yeah, a lot. He's got money.
Yeah, he's got money, so he should, pay up and help people to make their lives a little better.
I agree. Well, listen, I appreciate you stopping and taking the time and answering a few of my questions for me. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too.
All right,
Bye.
cool.